What's next for Toni? And we don't know right now, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out.
Or
Maybe.
Or definitely not.
Definitely.
It's actually a surprise.
That none of us know.
You two at least.
Until we know.
Right.
And I don't even know. So how would you know?
Exactly.
Welcome to Toni Unleashed, the podcast where we unleash the truth about all things pets.
Our research and anecdotal evidence matched with pet expert interviews will help you help your pet thrive.
We are here to answer questions, divulge information, and spread awareness about what's really going on in the world of pets.
I am your co-host, Emily Taylor, pet nutrition enthusiast and Healthy Pet Products employee for the past 6 years.
And I'm Toni Traversari, owner of Healthy Pet Products with 3 locations in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area, and recently expanded to Port Charlotte, Florida. Welcome to the show.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Toni Unleashed, the podcast. We are here in-house with Emily Claire, my former co-host and now superhero for Raw Dynamic, and Cydnee Traversari, our what's your title?
Oh, God. I don't know. I do everything for you.
Do you want to be a superhero too?
Yeah, I'd like to be a superhero.
Superhero of Toni Unleashed.
Yes.
And Healthy
other-
Pet Products.
And
Everything.
Healthy Pet Products and other things. All the things. Glue. She's the glue.
Love it.
Love it.
So this episode, we've decided to talk about what's next for Toni.
And to close out 2024.
To close out 2024.
And that has more meaning than just 2024.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yep.
So, as you all know, I sold Healthy Pet Products after owning for 16 years. And fortunately, the owners of Pedagogy, another locally owned natural and healthy pet food company that have 2 brick and mortar stores in Pittsburgh, one in the city of Pittsburgh now, and one in Greensburg, have decided to purchase Healthy Pet Products. So the transfer of ownership is January 1st. I will still be in stores through the first quarter of 2025, helping with the transition and training and all sorts of things.
How do you feel?
I feel weird. I feel, it's hard to describe. I am very much at peace with the decision of selling Healthy Pet Products. And I am thankful that I have found people that will continue the mission and that it's going to remain locally owned and operated, and plan on keeping all of our current employees and everything, and make it as smooth of a transition as possible. And we've been working very well together. So I don't know. I just feel weird.
Well, tell us about the hardships of owning a business like Healthy Pet Products that you're letting go of, and like the day-to-day tasks that you're letting, like, let us into your world of what it was like owning this business.
I guess so. What it was like owning the business was extremely fulfilling. I think the most fulfilling part was, helping pets and making humans see the light bulb moment in so many humans over the years. I think that is the best part of owning the business. The hardest part of owning the business, as everyone knows, is the people. Yeah. And I don't mean that negatively, because we have an amazing staff and I would never have gotten to where I am without everyone.
Right.
But it's retail. So it's 7 days a week. It's holidays. It's weekends. It's, everybody has shit. Everybody has a life. Everybody has kids. Everybody has pets. Everybody has parents and hardships that they go through in life that we have to navigate through. And to be honest, I think without being super negative, but the mentality of a lot of things have the landscape has changed a lot since COVID. And am I Gen X? I was born in 1968. So I'm kind of a tweener. Boomers ended in 1965. So, I was raised no bullshit, tell it like it is. You fall down. And that was Bo.
We're switching bones now. Okay? Yep. On the switch.
You fall down. You get up. My mother would say, "Are you bleeding?"
Yeah.
"No, Mom, I'm not bleeding." "Okay, well, get on with your day." So find your way home if you get lost.
Right.
All that shit. So I feel like I can't, I just
Like
don't have it
connect.
in me to connect.
Yeah. With
And
the next generation.
With the next generation. And I don't mean that.
No, but I think that's we can turn it into like a selfless thing. Is you're allowing a younger generation to take over and take the passion to the next step.
Yeah.
And connect with the next round of pet owners to continue the mission and hopefully help pets when they're younger, rather than when they're in prevention.
Yeah.
Rather than when they have ailments.
Yep.
And maybe we'll see a shift in the customers that coming in excited to do right by their dogs within the means that they have to, rather than coming in with so many issues
Right.
that they need to fix.
Well, and that's, yes. So, and that's my hope is with not having the retail business to worry about, I will have more time to dedicate to the podcast, maybe speaking engagements at some point, even to other retailers, to broaden that scope, to think more prevention and less, oh, here's a cancer diagnosis. What do I do now? We need to think, we need to completely reverse that. So that's what's I feel like is next for me is, and who knows? I mean, I think crazy things like I might even go to get a vet tech certification just so that I know the anatomy of the body better and like different, you know what I mean? Like
I
diagnostic.
love that. That's the first time I've heard that.
I mean,
one.
that's a wild thought.
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't know if I
Yeah.
could sit in a
or your
classroom.
CPCN,
CPCN. What is that?
your
She's gonna do it though.
She's gonna do it though. You heard it here first, folks. And nutritionist certification.
Yes, I have.
yeah.
I didn't know there were actual letters to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely want to get more of a certification.
Yeah.
And maybe do legit consults and maybe do, seminars like I used to do in the stores for
Sure.
maybe pedagogy would want me to do seminars. I don't know.
Yep.
Maybe
Yeah.
they don't. I don't know.
We're all figuring it out as we go.
I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go.
Maybe a call-in feature on the podcast.
Yes.
Call in
Yes.
with,
Awesome.
with something going on, and you give your honest review and fixes.
Yeah.
And it just opens you up to work with other people in the industry that you've always worked with, and that you can maybe explore some of those options
Yep.
a little bit more in depth.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on the board for the Indie Pet, which is an organization for independent pet stores. And I traveled stores when I was on vacation over the summer, and I had
Right.
a freaking blast. I loved meeting store owners and walking through stores and them telling me why they did this and why they did that. And I would love to help. Them thrive and stay around. And I was at the Verizon store today again from Friday because we're switching accounts over and everything. But everybody in there is on Chewy.
Yeah.
And I had a conversation with 3 out of the 6 people that were there, and they had heard of Healthy Pet Products, but the ones on Farmer's Dog, oh my God, I'm spending so much money. Dude, you have options. He's like, what are they? They're like, they
Yeah.
have no idea because they are only on one scope.
Yeah.
And I'm not dogging the internet or anything like that. I'm on it all day long. I use it. I shop on Amazon occasionally. But I think you're just being fed what those algorithms are populating.
Right.
And you're really putting your blinders on.
Yeah.
Right.
and it's okay to go in a store. You really need to kind of go outside your comfort zone if that's not your comfort zone, and try some other things and talk to some people. There's options.
I think one thing that's cool too with the younger generation is they're very motivated for change and very motivated to integrate small business back into day-to-day shopping. So how would you advise a young someone who's motivated and excited to be an entrepreneur and maybe get into the independent pet retail business? Like, what would you say to them? What advice would you give them? How do they start? What would you say to them?
Well, the funny thing is I've had a couple of people come to me since selling the business. A couple of people, how do I do this? To escalate to the next level of my business. And then another person, well, I have this business. Can I talk? And we want to sell. Can I talk to you after the holidays? Like, how did you get, like, what did you do?
Yeah.
So
really, if there's more independent pet stores, that would be doing the community and the industry such a service.
Totally. The one person that came to me asking how she could advance her business and get to the next level, she's like, well, I think I'm going to have to go to the bank. And I said, well, the bank's going to ask for a business plan. Well, I don't know anything about a business plan. And I said, well, I didn't either, but I went to Duquesne Small Business Development Center, and they did my business plan for me.
I think Pitt does.
She called.
Yeah.
I said, Pitt does them too.
Yeah.
I said, if you have no luck with Duquesne, and I already had a meeting with her. She's like, I already called Duquesne. The guy was so nice. She filled out the application. She's like, I had to do an application,
right?
But she said they would match her up with someone. And that's what they did with me, and ask a bunch of questions. And then there you go. You have your business plan.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So that's your first step.
And then what? You go to the bank?
And then you go to the bank, and because then you present it and you say, I need this much money, and this is what I'm going to do. And this is how much money I'm going to make. And this is what I need in capital.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So then talk about the next steps too, like distributors. Talk a little bit about distributors and like how you decide what to bring in, how you decide like what. Yeah, tell us a little bit about, because that goes back to my original question, what it was like owning a business and everything you had to go through and the trials and tribulations. And
I remember writing my first $1,000 check and being like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
So this is 16 years ago. That's a long time. I don't remember.
But what would you tell someone opening a business tomorrow, an independent pet store? How would you guide them in buying?
I would tell them the most important thing is developing that relationship with your rep from your distributor. Listen to what they say when they come into your stores.
I want to come up with like a really funny answer, but I won't do it. You continue.
Sid is laughing because I'm a total bitch to reps.
Not only that, but you're kind of like, let's just see how it goes. We're just gonna do it. Sure, that sounds good.
So Em's asking me like to map all this out, and I really just fly by the seat of my pants.
So you just do it.
Okay, no, that's good information.
I agree. Right?
Yeah, my questions also are coming from like I want someone listening to like connect and understand what you've gone through and the decisions that you have to make as a business owner, and like how hard you've had to work. Sure. And it is hard. I mean, it might seem cool and fun on the outside because you're doing a passion project, but there is knit and grit and decision making behind the scenes that got you to where you are today.
The business owners always joke and always say, "Oh, we've got it made. We write our own schedules. We sleep at night. We go on vacation whenever we want. We've got the life of Riley." And that is so not true. I mean, I would have it no other way, but you have to have that risk taking.
Yeah. And you created like a whole staff too to make this happen.
I did.
Do you know, like literally you had to make, like to get to 3-4 stores.
Yes.
You had to come with a plan.
Yes.
And you had to divvy up some things.
Yes.
You don't like to let your claws off of things sometimes, but you did.
You have to let go, yeah.
Yeah, you had to let go and let other people
I hate
help
titles
make the decision. Right.
Because
this actually makes
so
much more sense. Okay, this is actually wow, so many things are coming to light. and are connecting. Makes sense.
This is a connection.
Okay, this is why up until recently it was Sid's idea for everyone to write out their job
It's all
description.
Sid's fault.
I was like, dude, you need to divide and conquer.
Yep.
Okay,
Because you can't do this all yourself.
Yep.
and people
Yep.
need
Yes.
guidelines.
We need business. We need job descriptions.
Oh, I
we
said
need
it.
to know what we
Titles.
signed up for.
We need
I wasn't into titles. We needed job descriptions. Who's doing what?
Yeah.
How are we doing this? You don't have just one store anymore. You have 4. You can't control all 4 at the same time.
You're right.
Now I'm getting angry.
If only you would listen to me sooner.
So you back up to 2009. So the funny thing is, I'm in the second location of the North Hills, and I'm in the back room. It was so small that I was in the back room receiving shipment. So I'm checking it in, I'm pricing it, I'm putting it out. Nobody's on the sales floor because I had doors. I had 2 doors. So, and it was tiny.
I got you one. Yeah.
I knew when the front door opened, whatever. So Bob comes in and he comes back and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm receiving a truck." And he's like, "You have no business doing this anymore."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Huh, you're right."
Yeah, he wasn't wrong in that situation.
He wasn't wrong in that
one.
Yeah. Because you need to have the time and energy
Yes.
to run the business.
So Heather was probably the first hire.
That's what I was gonna ask. So Heather was first.
Well, no. D. Ludoff. What? No. Okay. So first of all, Healthy Pet Products came with like a high school part timer and whatever.
When you bought.
Yeah.
Okay.
It came with one part timer, one, and I was a pet sitter at the time. And on my last couple of days, like I would walk. You know, when you go to a neighborhood, you walk the dog. You go the same route. I would always run into another neighbor. And she was walking her dog, and her and I would always walk together and just talk. And she was a super nice woman, and she mentioned to me one day, she's like, "If you ever hear of anybody looking to hire, I think I want to get a part-time job." She used to work, she was an executive secretary at U.S. Steel. So then like a month later, I stopped pet sitting and bought Healthy Pet Products, and I literally went and knocked on her door, and I said, "So, Dee, do you want a job?" And I think she was my first. So
Wow.
she came and worked for me part-time, and she used to hand key in our invoices. She would stand at the register between customers. I swear that's how we did it.
Sure.
There were no scanners. I didn't have any of that shit. So she would hand key in all of our inventory.
So the UPCs and
Yes,
everything, the pricing.
the quantities, all of that.
Whoa.
She would key it all in.
Nowadays, I'm like, I don't even have the attention span to sit there and
So that was D. And then Heather, what I was going to say about Heather was probably my first employee. She started as a sales associate, but she was probably the first one that was like more of an executive.
Sure.
So she helped with the move to the North Hills. She helped get all, like
Of
utilities
course.
set up and office
she was
set
great.
up and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
She was a good egg.
Absolutely.
Heather was
She helped you through that very beginning.
Heather was
I agree.
amazing.
So Dee and Heather were at the first store, and then you.
Yeah. And I had Michelle Rom. She's a customer. She
Yep,
was a
I
customer
remember,
then. A old pet sitting customer worked for me. Mary Bolger. She worked for me. I made her cry. That's why she quit.
Couldn't handle it.
She can't handle it. She's like,
No.
"Toni, I just can't handle you."
Oh, that is hysterical.
She'll tell you the story.
No, I believe you. Not a lot of people can.
I know. So, and there were a few others.
I know.
I'm gonna probably
I'm a tough
forget
bitch.
something
bitch.
very important. So then I had a 5-year lease at that location, and then doubled the square footage down to McKnight Road. Hired movers, my contractors. They moved the cash wrap. They moved everything. Built onto the cash wrap. And yeah, but I don't think I used titles until what year?
Probably like 2017, 18. Right when I started. No, I think once it was like around like when you were getting Cranberry. So then there were
2019. That was
2019. 3 stores, and it was like, who's doing what?
Yeah.
We don't. And there was nothing wrong with that. It just felt that a lot of us were stepping on each other's toes.
Yeah.
So it felt a lot better if we could just say, nope, this is who does this. This
Yeah.
is who does. So it just was necessary because you had more locations. That's
Yes.
all.
Yes.
You just were a little oblivious that,
Denial.
having more locations meant you had more people in charge. More things needed to be done. So
I think it was denial.
Sure. And it was funny though, because whenever we opened Cranberry and then COVID happened,
Yeah.
right? So was it 2018 or 19 that Cranberry was?
Cranberry opened 2019.
19. Okay, I thought so. And it was right before that. So what's the hardest part of the decision to sell though? Just again losing, like not being in stores a lot, or
So the hardest part of selling is there's a lot. One big part of the hardest part will be I do like being on the sales floor.
oh right.
I really do like being on the sales
I mean,
floor.
maybe they'll hire you part time.
It never works like that.
I'm kidding.
Stock. I would
Fill
love
a
to be
couple
a stock
hours at
person.
night. Yeah, you would be stock.
I would be amazing.
You're not talking to people.
I would be an amazing stock person. No, I will miss being on the sales floor, having the conversations
Yeah.
that are really like deep and meaningful and getting people to that next level. And I think I'm sure I will maybe still have those conversations. I don't know.
But again, let's move now on to what's
podcast.
next for Toni. Right. So the
Yes.
whole plan is
So the podcast hopefully will broaden the reach of getting the message out to as many people as we possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
But I need sponsorship, Raw Dynamic. The other hard part about selling is my ego letting it go.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly. I mean, not only my ego, but
It's your identity.
it is my identity. And even though, like we already had this conversation, even though you should not let your profession be your identity, when it is your business and it is a passion project as well, they're intertwined. So this is my identity.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a big transition to go through.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think it's a good thing. I think the new identity will be good.
speak.
I feel like the only thing I contributed.
I feel like everything
conversation.
she says has like a question mark.
I know.
Maybe. No, it'll be fine. What else do you do?
What else do I do? Oh boy.
No.
What?
What else do you do through Toni Unleashed? We had talked about this.
Yes.
So it's not just the podcast. It's not just the toys. It also is.
So Toni Unleashed has a lot. I have a lot of private label products, and it's more than just the Pittsburgh themed dog toys and cat toys that I have. There's leashes, there's collars, Yinzer dog collars and leashes, but I also have locally sourced bones and body parts. So what happened over the years was we sell tons of femur bones, necks, all kinds of stuff. And I'm looking at these things coming in, Northwest Naturals, Primal, whatever, all of the brands. And they're being shipped all the way across the country.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, why are we doing this?
Right.
So I reached out to a butcher in Indiana, PA, which is where I went to college and 20 minutes from where I grew up, and kind of told him what my idea was, the source, local body parts. And he's like, well, we throw away most of it. So seriously.
Wow.
Seriously.
Ugh.
So I went up and he gave me an entire tour of the entire shop from front end to back end with no warnings whatsoever of what I was walking into.
Yeah.
Do you know this story?
No, I haven't
I was
heard
on the
this
kill
one.
floor.
Oh,
So
fuck.
I went from the front market and he walks me back to where they're like grinding meat. And then he walks me back to where there's like pieces of half of a cow that they're butchering, into steaks and chops and whatever. And he doesn't even he must have been fucking with me.
Right.
He had to be testing me to see
If
how
you could handle
versatile I was.
Yeah.
So then he's like, okay, we're going to go into the big freezer. And I'm like thinking, okay, freezer with shelves of packages. Nope. He
It's
slides
the hanging.
this.
Yep.
He slides this big ass door open, and literally pigs and cows are hanging
Full.
on the hooks, full, hide off. But then they put the heads and the tongue, it's so and so's cows. They want the tongue, they want the head, they want the liver, not everybody wants all of the body parts.
Yeah.
Sometimes, so they differentiate. So those things are hung separately and tagged. So I'm literally seeing heads
Jesus
with
Christ.
eyeballs. You all would die. You literally would die.
No.
And then he goes
Back
into
in.
the next room, and the next room is the kill floor. And it was like a movie scene. Literally these 2-3 guys with leather
Get
overalls
the
on,
fuck out.
the leather aprons. I swear to God. And not all their teeth and glasses and
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
Kill
they're
people.
on the kill floor.
Yep, on the kill floor.
So
So what
and
is the kill? How do they kill him?
a full cow was on this rack already killed. They zap them.
Oh.
They zap them. So this cow was on its back on some type of rack, and he's splitting the
slicing.
hide and
Yeah.
starting to
Because you have to do
hide
it
him.
quick. You have to pull out the insides out quickly because they spoil. And they can spoil the meat and everything else, I think.
Okay. And then the tripe is there because he wanted me to see the tripe. And
Yeah.
he's like, you got to look at this tripe because I'm like, I need tripe.
Yeah.
And he's like, touch this. Look at this. And it was pretty amazing.
And it's crazy because these are big animals.
Shit everywhere. Huge animals. And there's blood everywhere.
Sure.
And I have my Birkenstocks on.
Open-toed or closed-toed?
Open-toed, Eric.
Yeah.
So he didn't even I even asked him, I said, should I wear anything special? He's like, don't worry about it. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I had my Birkenstocks on.
And they have blood on them till this day.
No, I kept them clean somehow.
Yeah. God.
So I've added a second butcher since then to keep up with demand of the bones.
Yeah.
And then now I have kneecaps, tracheas, chicken feet, all sourced locally. Why ship them?
Yeah.
I'm getting them for the same price.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm supporting local butchers. So I want to add a third butcher, and then
So are you going to be your own sales rep and driving around PA selling products
She is.
with a cooler in your van, in your new van?
yeah. So I don't know, but I would like to get into more body parts, and
Yeah.
I don't know about food. There's so much.
Yeah.
to
What about your
food.
supplemental thing?
I think I should just help you.
Yeah. I was gonna say a fun little cow anecdote to lighten the mood. Cows are very intelligent, very social creatures. So they create their own very social pack and community within itself, and they can form bonds with humans, but you have to earn and work towards it and find your place within their socialization.
Huh.
And to add on to that, a really fun fact is they are one of the only mammals out of chimpanzees, I think, and dolphins that can recognize a mirror and understand that it's what's behind them and not what's in front of them. So there is a scientist who wrote a book called it's called Puppy Cow or something, and he brought cows onto his property and he studied them, their social cues, their social behaviors, and wrote a book about it. Wow. And he was the one who put the mirror in front of them and noted how they were able to see when there was a mirror, it was what they were seeing behind them, not in front. And then he also was talking about the whole environmental impact that cows have, and the CO2 and the methane.
Yeah.
He says that's actually what it comes down to is when they're grass-fed, grass-finished, and they're eating appropriate food,
There's
that they're
no methane.
exactly.
No. Yeah.
And there isn't the runoff and there isn't the issues, but it's what happens is when we pump them with grains and corns and starches, antibiotics and hormones, is when it disrupts the homeostasis of the body and creates inflammation, which leads to gastrointestinal issues that contributes to the methane.
Right. So are you saying that?
Save the cows.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if I choose not
a
to eat any
vegetarian.
meat, as a vegetarian, if I choose not to eat any
Cows
meat,
have eyes
Okay, cow-
and minds and
all right,
souls.
red meat. All right, I'm done with cows. That's it. I'm done with them. Okay.
So I almost bought Aunt Jenny's pet food. Aunt Jenny.
Wow, you're just going for it.
Aunt Jenny's is a raw pet food company based out of Maryland. She's been in business for 25 years.
Yeah, what happened with that?
So okay, we're not buying.
No, I'm not buying it.
What
she
happened?
stopped production.
I know. What's going to happen?
She's done. She's done.
And she wasn't willing to.
I said you need to. No. It's a shame. It was a good food.
Damn.
I know. So, but I considered that. But I also have private labeled body parts that are bully sticks, bully rings, bully spirals, a bunch of other stuff that I get from this friend of mine. So who knows what's next? I don't know.
Okay, let's do a couple questions. Let's do like nothing. It'll all be fun things. I don't know. What was one of your favorite like success stories out of some of the like? I know it's 16 years. You can't just
Business?
pick one. No, I think
Or customer?
Customer. Yeah. Actually, we'll do both. So let's start with customer and then business. And I know that 16 years is a lot. So you cannot pick. I'm sure it's going to be like one of your early ones because I'm sure that sticks with you. But is there a customer that you like really helped that turned away for like them and
Or
it
what about
saved their dog?
Or even like a someone you hired and you helped them on their journey.
Let's go with that one.
Bam, bam.
The two sitting here right now.
I wasn't doing that as an invitation
I know.
into our lives.
Let's just go with it. Because she likes to remind us.
But I was also thinking River, Katie's dog with the limes.
Wow.
That's a big one. And Tori and Luther was a big
Yeah.
one too. Who else do we have?
Or just in general, you really did. I mean, I'm not going to, I'm be a little sappy here, but like, you really probably did help a lot of employees understand what they were doing
Oh my God.
to their animals and to themselves.
Oh my God.
Marissa and her dog with
Yes.
the seizures.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whether they appreciated it or not.
The
but-
pressure. It's the pressure.
The pressure.
Yeah.
So, Rufus.
Of course.
How many pounds did Rufus lose?
I think he was 43 and now he's down to like 30, 28, 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he alive.
And alive.
Sid.
And alive at 15.
And Sid, I would say, Sid, your dog is fat. And she's
Oh,
like,
shoot.
no, he's not.
I would just be like, relax. All right, we're working on it. It's fine. I know you had to come over to my house for something. I wasn't even there, and I was like, I left treats for Rufus. So when you walk in, like whatever, just give him a couple treats. And I left a big bag full, not intending for you to give him the entire bag. But
And
she
you would
like,
think out of anyone who would know not to use the
she was
entire
like, I'm
bag.
not going to give him all of these. And I was like, I didn't ask for you to give him all of these. No, Rufus did great. I will say that was my biggest story that I tell people is that when I first started working there, I was one of those employees that you said, what do you feed your dog? And I was like, I have no idea. It's in a blue bag. And I didn't buy from you. And then I started with, at least I just got onto like a better kibble. And then it, progressed to maybe like a freeze dried. And then he was on full raw. And no, it was great. So that's what right. Absolutely. I think that it was very helpful and that's why he's 15. And, CBD is very helpful. There's so many things that I'm glad that I've learned through it. And it's just nice to know that you did that for so many other employees. And then they take that and it's word of mouth. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I was a pet sitter for a while. And I remember one day you text me and you go, I've had 3 people come in here and say, Sid sent
me.
Yeah, because I was still pet sitting at the
Yeah.
time. So it's nice to just elongate that education and
It's not just what the vet tells you or the commercial on television tells you, and you have to think for yourself and just don't follow the herd. Mm-hmm. And the vets don't know everything. They know a lot. We need them, but they don't know
Sure.
everything.
We did an episode about this, and it was like a little dog, and you saved the little dog's life with raw, and then that family moved, and then they still emailed you. It was an episode.
Also, though, just to let our listeners know, you are going to continue with Florida.
So Florida is a separate entity, will remain as such. So it's going strong, and
great group down there.
yeah, Brandy,
they run it themselves.
And Caitlin and Emma and Allie do a great job, and that community is growing. So we're helping them down there too.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest accomplishment in 16 years?
Yes.
I don't know.
I think the only thing I've had to contribute to this is
As we
well,
all
like
do
Cole
it.
asked
As
me,
we all do it.
how did you do it, Toni? And I was like, I have no fucking idea how I did it.
Cranberry was big. That was a huge decision.
Well, just the whole thing in general. I don't know how I did it. I can't. I mean, yes, I have to be thankful for all the people that have worked for me along the years and dedicated their lives and listened to me and trusted me and followed my lead and dealt with my food shaming and craziness and
Diagnosing
and do better. You can do better.
I mean, I remember when you opened Cranberry. I will say, from my memory of it all, the management team really all stepped up and filled in gaps that were needed too in Cranberry until it got to the point where it was staffed and able to function as a store. And, and I think John is a huge factor in his ability to understand inventory and what customers want and be able to have that map too with the other stores to help navigate kind of what that might look like with Cranberry too. And then we had David come in, who was just incredible. Am I missing anyone? Or these are all the people like.
I will say we can fangirl over John though, because and quick side note on that, I feel like he's the only employee that listens to your podcast.
YouTube.
John listens?
Yes.
Because John's on YouTube.
Yes.
He's our YouTube guy. But like he just has such a grasp on inventory and numbers.
I should have had him in Cranberry from day one.
I know.
I mean, what a
Cole,
solid
that's one thing I would have done different.
guy.
Because Cole's like, if you could blow it up and do it
Yeah.
all over again, what would you do different? I would have put,
John.
no offense to David.
No.
No, but David
But
stepped
that-
in where we needed
That
him
would have been
to.
the logical thing to do. Just like when I worked for Express, I went from volume up to higher volume to higher volume to higher volume to higher volume.
Yeah.
I should have put John in Cranberry.
What are some other things with that question?
What else would I have done differently? I would have put John in Cranberry.
Not dated the men you dated?
Not dated the men I dated during it. Not had my parents die during it. Not
Okay,
got
we
Lyme
can't-
disease during it.
We can't change those.
Not so many things. What else would I have done differently in a hot minute? I would have still opened. I would have moved North Hills.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I'm solid on every move I made with
Yep.
North Hills. South Hills, I'm solid on every move I made.
When
I
that
wish
decision,
South Hills was in a plaza.
when that decision wasn't yours, right? When you had to move from that one location to the other.
I was on a time crunch. I had to find a location.
Okay.
In an X amount of time, and I did try to get into a plaza, but there just wasn't anything, and that was the
It's a
best.
tough area to get in a
Yeah.
plaza. There's like one plaza.
That
That's
was
like,
the best thing I could find.
yeah. Oh man, I remember moving into that store. I mean, you've had a great team. Everyone was hands on deck there too.
Everybody busted ass. Especially for store openings, which I fucking love to do.
Yeah.
I'd love to open stores.
Yeah.
I mean, Tori was there and Tori was part-time.
Allison was there.
Allison was there. Allison and I were like fitting in boxes.
Oh, I have a
running
video
around.
of it.
Yeah.
I love that. That was right before me. Because I think, when did South Hills in the new location open up?
2014.
Megan,
Yeah.
Danya, Chris.
Megan, Danya,
Yeah. That was fun. John, not John.
Tim.
Tim was there.
Very dedicated.
So
Very dedicated.
die hard.
Very
Die hard.
dedicated.
I mean, everyone still to this day is die hard in believing nutrition is
Yes.
the fundamental key to
How
wellness.
did I get them to drink the Kool-Aid? You know, that's what my buddy Jay coined it.
Oh, really?
Jay was my broker that helped me find Jay Murphy. Do you know Jay Murphy?
I don't.
He helped me find the North Hills location.
Oh, I think I've met him.
And then got me to, oh yeah, you gushed over him.
Yeah.
Because he shops at North Hills.
I'm a gusher.
Let me go.
Helped me find my South Hills location. And my South Hills location, here's my weirdness. Hopefully Cole's listening. My South Hills location, I had a couple options. Jay only showed me one. And I was at that point that I had to make a decision. And as I was driving one day and I'm thinking about all this shit, I literally saw 3 different license plates that had 3 J's on them. J, J, J. J, J, J. J, J, J. And I was like, okay, I guess
Yep, this is it.
the one that Jay showed me.
Yep.
So that I leased that space.
Wow.
So
What was the question?
I don't know. I just got to a moment. I was like, what were we talking about?
The best is no. Oh, if you could blow up
Blow it
everything
up
tomorrow, that's what
and-
Cole asked her. Cole asked her, like, if you could blow up everything tomorrow, what would you do differently?
Yeah.
But that's not part. I don't know if that. I don't think that's part of the answer. But no, I think that you
I
know.
fly so
Yep, you
I,
go
I
back to that.
fly so
Yes.
fast. I
Yeah.
can't even think about. I wish I had journaled.
It doesn't matter.
to-
You made it work.
I did some way.
You
somehow.
did, and we're where we're at today, and
Yeah.
pedagogy is going to take it on, and
Yeah.
we're just. You still have some of that crew that has been with you ish since day one. I
Yeah.
mean, me, Tori, Faith, John, the 4 of us, and then on top of that, we have great store managers. Yeah. They're awesome, and everybody that works for us is really great. So they are taking on a great crew that hopefully will just continue to help this transition.
It's a crew that like cares so deeply
Yeah.
and passionately about helping animals, and lucky that they also have the skill set to run stores.
Yes. Yes.
Job descriptions.
Yeah.
Yes. They do.
They care
Yeah.
they care so much. So much.
And pedagogy has made many a mention that they're very impressed by what a team we've built.
Yeah.
So
Good.
I think it will be a seamless transition.
And the transition happens January 1st?
Transfer of ownership is January 1st. We are finalizing everything. We're actually meeting on New Year's Eve to do the final formalities.
Yep.
And then that's that.
Yeah. But stay tuned to Toni Unleashed because you will just continue on. But you're going to continue on this.
TonyUnleashed.com.
Yep. We think.
Is this called clickbaiting, where we don't say exactly what's going to happen,
Yeah, right,
but
right.
you will find out
Stay
here.
I know it's going to be great.
It's going to be something.
Look at
It's
this
going to be
dog.
something.
There's no other option.
Yeah.
And, you know,
You can't
you have to
do
do
nothing.
it might be a wild, like, you know, Layla has gotten into fitness and hydrotherapy. So, you know, maybe there's an avenue there for a business.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So I don't know. I know it's going to be great. I just can't wrap my brain around it right now.
Yeah, you're not ready to think that far in advance.
In kind of la la land.
And yeah, taking a
So-
break for a little bit, maybe.
Sure.
Breathing, meditating, journaling, reading.
She has all of the avenues for you.
Maybe we'll start a reading club.
Yeah,
We tried once.
yeah. You should download Goodreads.
Goodreads.
Mhm.
What is Goodreads?
It's an app that tracks your books, and then you ask other people to be your friend. So like a reading platform for books.
Would you like more friends?
But it's nice because if we were friends on it, like you can go through the books I've read and you can see what I've rated them, and so you can decide if you want to read it or not, and like vice versa.
Okay.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, but it also tracks. You can set reading goals for yourself, and it tracks that. And then I use it when I'm looking for my next book. I go in and see what the ratings are through Goodreads and read some people's reviews on it as well.
Maybe we should ask Goodreads to sponsor our spot. Toni Unleashed podcast.
Yeah. You could write a book.
I would love to write a book.
You will write a book.
I will write a book.
Yes. I thought you were already like.
Huh?
Weren't you like working on that?
I have like 3 pages done. You know, like, where do you start?
Yeah.
Do you start at the beginning? Do you start
start at the-
now?
Early adulthood trauma is where you start
Okay.
and go from there.
Early adulthood trauma. No, I don't think that's where you start.
No?
What?
I'm going to start with a positive?
Because you told me that's where her trauma came from.
You
No,
start where
the
the trauma
trauma
started.
I have.
That's where the stories get interesting.
You work through it. You work through it.
I mean, now looking back, I made this decision because
Because-
of this trauma response.
Emily is now a therapist. At least we have an in-house therapist. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah, it's easier to
charge you.
therapy other people than yourself.
Right, and yourself. Deal with things yourself.
We did talk about like a raw dynamic episode like every so often.
Yeah, definitely.
So, all right. Well, my face hurts from laughing so much.
Stay tuned.
Can we have a blooper reel that how many times we wheezed?
We should just,
Yeah, just
over and over.
yikes.
No snort. She usually snorts. So you did pretty good.
All right. We love you. Thanks for tuning in. And there will be lots to come. I actually think I'm going to loop Eric from Mika and Sammy's in on some episodes. He and I can easily talk about products and make everyone laugh, but still educate you at the same time because life should be fun.
Life should be fun.
And these topics, although they're serious, we want to keep it light and happy. And we're here for you. Reach out at Toni at ToniUnleashed.com. Social media is
Toni Unleashed for Facebook and Toni.Unleashed for Instagram.
all right. Stay tuned. More to come.
Bye.
How long is that?